New Hampshire, one of the smaller states in these United States. It has a population of 1.4 million people, and the state's nickname is the Granite State. And in this granite-filled state is a town known for being granite-filled. This granite town is also more commonly called Milford. What is my source, you may ask? Well, I'm relying on you to blindly trust me. Also, it's Wikipedia. And just like every great state in this country, New Hampshire is subdivided into towns. And since 2012, it has been federally mandated that in every town, in every state, said town has to have a Facebook page dedicated to themselves. And they are always run by boomers. And the quaint little town of Milford, New Hampshire is no different. So today myself, and 5 of my friends, will be reading some of the shenanigans that goes on in the town of Milford's Facebook page. If by any chance you had a post that gets in this video, or you're in the Milford Facebook group page, and you're upset by this video and how it may reflect yourself or the great town of Milford, you have no one to blame but yourself and or your fellow townspeople. And trust me, I couldn't even show the wackiest stuff. There was one post that suggested that they do a public execution of a terrorist, and a comment to that post suggesting that they use a form of sexual violence to execute said prisoner. So without further ado, I present to you Milford, New Hampshire Facebook Shenanigans.
To the person/people who felt that it was completely necessary to bang on the kids' playground at Jock's school and leave your nasty garbage behind, don't worry. You didn't ruin our picnic with your lack of common sense and courtesy for other people in this community. You are absolutely disgusting human being. P.S. For the record, if the person who did it see this, just so you know, you can be put on a sex offender list for having sex at a kid's school. To the 6 or 7 kids that thought it was funny to put a "Kids Caution Playing" sign in the middle of the street on Union Street at about 2:30 a.m., I hope your parents find out.
Kids being kids? How dare they? I hope their parents find out they raised their children to have fun. Those little
You had to drive extra safe? Oh, the horror.
Why do that when you can go vandalizing or something? Kids these days.
Oh, those little rapscallions. Please be more cautious in Milford driving, especially near Market Basket. Fortunately, my 5-year-old was in a car accident almost getting T-boned yesterday by a lazy driver. Use the stop sign at its full potential, please.
Your 5-year-old is driving? Can he even reach the pedals?
Damn, sorry to hear your 5-year-old was in a car accident and almost got T-boned. Poor kid probably couldn't even see over the steering wheel.
Sleep well, Milford.
I just witnessed my first argument over masks at Market Basket. I heard an 11 to 13-year-old saying loudly, "Just get away from me! Leave me alone!" She repeated this numerous times. I thought she was talking to her mother and just having a tantrum. I have a nephew with autism who has these types of meltdowns. Also, there are many incidences of just unruly kids. The actual mother appears to ask the woman why she is yelling at her kids. She says it's because she is not wearing a mask and it's people like her getting others killed. Wondering if this may be a good time for parents to remind their children of stranger danger. If I heard these words, I would have stepped in. No person, especially my child, should be harassed.
That's just horrific. I'm sorry. You don't with my kids or you'll end up 6 feet under.
Talk to my kids like that and you'll be eating your meals through a straw.
That person would not be standing if that were my kids. People really need to get a grip.
I'd slap her and tell her to mind your own business.
I know that my kids weren't angels, but I really hope they never acted as rude and obnoxious as the kids I saw at the park tonight.
I think it's rude and obnoxious that a parent is on here complaining about rude and obnoxious kids. Don't you have anything better to do? Leave the kids alone.
My kids are all adults now, and part of the reason these kids are so offensive is because their parents left their kids alone too much.
Just don't think, as a parent, coming on here and calling kids names is appropriate or in any way helpful for Milford.
I didn't call anyone names. I called their behavior offensive.
Maybe you shouldn't watch R-rated movies then. Might be offensive. I just think it's completely uncalled for, and that's that.
Sure, it is helpful. Hopefully the parents of the kids will see it and actually parent their little...
They're not bags, they're crotch goblins, just like the rest of us.
People really annoy me, especially those from out of town who are rude to residents who work in Milford. If you're one of those, I'm better than you because you work at Market Basket and I own Louis Vuitton handbag. Then this is for you.
Who hurt you?
So this is for the bag on the motorcycle that passed me on Armory Road today. You're the type of motorcycle driver that gives other bikers a bad name. I was going a little faster than the posted 25 miles an hour. That wasn't fast enough for you and decided to pass me on a dangerous road. Then you pretty much left me in the dust. So I assume that you were probably doing at least 45 miles an hour, which is 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. Yes, I showed you that you were number one in my own special way, and you replied with a wave bye. I can only hope that you only hurt yourself and not an innocent bystander if you continue to drive the way that you do.
I was going a little faster than the posted 25 miles per hour, but that wasn't fast enough for you, and decided to pass me on a dangerous road. Then you pretty much left me in the dust, so I assume that you're probably doing at least 45 miles per hour. So you're admittedly breaking the law by driving faster than the speed limit on a quote-unquote dangerous road, and you're upset because someone else is breaking it too, just doing it in a more fun way? Sounds like you were butthurt by that wave. Recently, I posted on my personal timeline about people who dump their drink out their door in parking lots. And what a dink move it is. It really is a dink move. It truly shows you how little you care about the next human who has to put their foot down after you. This is at the Cumberland Farms across from Shaw's. Whoever you are that did this, I want you to know this. You are not my friend, you are a supreme dink. You probably throw paper crap out your car window too. I used to be a people person. People that do this change that.
Do you leave your house if it rains?
Do you love it in a full parking lot? Your only place to park is in soda and your shoes now stick to the floor?
Simply step over the puddle?
Isn't the point of wearing shoes to be able to step wherever and not worry about it getting on you? Imagine having this much time to complain about useless things.
Poor Karen you are. I guess Daddy didn't let you ride in his lap last night.
Hey,
No, but your mom wanted to be on mine. But I'm married, so my wife gave her the address for Narcan dosage.
Okay, troll, I doubt you're married. No female marries a crybaby.
You call me a Karen and accuse me of having relationships with my dead daddy, and I'm the troll? You do you.
My dad has been feeding, befriending, and more or less training the squirrels in their neighborhood for well over a decade now. He knows them all individually, has names for them all, and specific calls for each. That being said, there's an individual residing in the place that takes pleasure in shooting these creatures with either a BB gun or pellet gun, to kill or not. Mama has a perfect entry and exit wound, red inflamed, swollen, and tender through her abdomen, as if she was crawling across a fence and was shot at. She is okay, seemingly unaffected, still sweet as can be, and healing. This is the second time we have witnessed this, and the first time ended in a squirrel funeral.
Actually, first off, feeding wildlife is illegal. You have created a pattern of getting food without fear for humans. This makes them become nuisance animals. In nature allows shooting of nuisance animals, including squirrels. Hunter miss, it happens. There's no crime taking place besides someone creating a problem by breaking laws of feeding an animal, sending it to its death.
Too bad the squirrels can't shoot back.
Disclosure. Rant. To the lady in the dark pink shirt and black lab that was at local trail at about 12:30 this afternoon. You are damn lucky. You are lucky I didn't shoot your dog that came running up on me and my two dogs. You're equally as lucky that I did have my gun on me, because I sure and hell was ready to have a face-to-face confrontation with you. Good God, this person's grammar is making this hard to read. I saw you coming up the trail with your dog and no leash. I took my dogs off that trail about 60 feet down another trail to wait for you to pass. Next thing I know, I have your off-leash dog running down right at me and my dogs. My dogs did what they naturally should do and barked. A lot. That's because my 7-month-old pup felt threatened. Do you have any idea what needless fear this puts on any dog? You helped create another layer of fear in my dog. I heard you yell out stop to your dog, and of course he didn't, which is exactly what my gut told me was going to happen. Which is why I went into another trail. You clearly have no control over your dog. But you sure as hell had no problem yelling out to me and my barking dog. To control my dog? Really? Tell you what, lady, I go up there often. And if your dog ever runs up on me and my dogs again, I will shoot him. I don't want to, but feeling threatened like that, I will have no recourse. For the record, it is legal in New Hampshire to do so. People like you should not have a dog, as you clearly are oblivious or just plain ignorant. You've been warned.
Note, if you're gonna carry a gun and use it in self-defense, don't advertise it on a Facebook rant. That puts you into the premeditated spectrum.
Wow, threatening someone with a gun. I think someone needs anger management.
Just some light reading.
He seems mentally stable.
Totally unrelated, I'm all for background checks and access to affordable mental health care. Thumbs up emoji.
An admin has turned off commenting for this post.
And just like that, I'm done with your site.
This isn't a site, this is a group.
Hi everyone. Could everyone please turn off the outside lights? Sometimes they are very bright in neighboring windows at 5:30 a.m., especially if they're the spotlight kind that go above a garage. I know that people need to see before the sunlight. If you could point the beam down into the driveway, use a less lumens or a less blue light, it would be greatly appropriated.
Curtains and shades work too, by the way.
I went for my local bike ride today and timed it wrong with high school getting out, and a student in the passenger seat of a car speeding by threw a bottle of juice or something at me and nailed me on my left shoulder blade area. Angry emoji. They were going too fast, so I couldn't get a license plate, unfortunately. So only in a town like Milford can this seem to happen. Pulling up to the light by Rite Aid in a Shell, I noticed a beautiful nude Ford Explorer turning left next to me at the light with the rear window down in the rain. I'm thinking, oh nice, someone cares about their dogs and is giving them lots of air. All of a sudden, a goat's head appears out of the window. I busted out laughing. Now there's something you don't see just anywhere. Love this town.
I brought my calf home in the backseat of a two-door sports car. I was at the light near Market Basket, and he put his head out the window and gave out a huge moo.
To the person at the local restaurant last night, you'll know who you are in a second. You threw a cup of water at my daughter. Drenched her because she asked you to move aside for other customers because you were not wearing a mask. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for attention, I can tell you I don't have money to hire a private investigator to find you. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long time of living and knowing people in Milford. Skills that make me a nightmare for balloons like you. If you go back to the restaurant and apologize for your actions now, that will be the end of it. I will not look for you. I will not pursue you. But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will mock you so hard and publicly and with unrelentlessness you will beg for my forgiveness. That is all.
Our kids deserve a better education system than they are getting. Let's get back to learning. Vote Gary Blank, and make sure to write in Dan Blank for school board today. Your vote matters in Milford.
Gary still has a full year left on the select board. The selectmen have a very demanding role and schedule. Add to that the focus we desperately need from our school board members. And somehow Gary has to find time work as an independent insurance salesman? How does that work? Last night's selectmen's meeting lasted around 5 solid hours. Milford deserves someone who can focus on the important works of our school or our town. Not someone spread so thin trying to juggle both plus trying to make a living, in my honest opinion.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you forced to resign from the school board for text messages? I don't believe anyone should be taking school board advice from you.
She sure was.
Is this you? Really good article.
My God.
Alright. Hold on. No, wait. This was my friend's mom.
Oh.
No!
Nah, that's crazy.
Damn.
I hired Local Cleaning Services LLC to remove drywall dust from every surface in my tenant's apartment. I said I would pay whatever it cost to have it done. They finished in 3 hours and required payment of $135 before I could verify the work. Here are the after photos and messages showing their inability to claim ownership of the poor work. Do not recommend.
Not cool to publicly bash a business. Work it out.
It's called a review. I tried to work it out. She wasn't interested, so I'm giving her company a public review. Is it bashing to say that upon further review, she is just plain crazy? Why would you clean only half the shelf?
Again, please message me on Monday. We are not open. We'll talk soon. Thank you. Hey, so I spoke to her, and the reason she rushed out is because there were some dolls in one of the back rooms that were tied to chairs, and it made her feel uncomfortable. So she got in and out as quickly as she could. We respect most people's religious beliefs, but it made her feel uncomfortable. And she did what she could as fast as she could. So for that, I do apologize, but Cleaner has been with me for over a year and has never caused any kind of issues.
Genuinely?
What?
What
Performing
possible...
like an exorcism or something? Like,
Tied to chairs?
Yeah, what possible reason would you have that in there?
what were the dolls?
This is possible.
Like, were they like Barbie dolls, or were they like?
I really hope
like,
these are
big
not
life-size
like
ones? If they were the life-size
realistic,
ones,
like-
I would run.
I
wouldn't even go in there.
there's also the possibility it's like those ceramic dolls, you know, like the ones that are
The
always
porcelain ones?
Why would they be
Porcelain,
tied to
yeah.
chairs?
But
Yeah,
Like the more lifelike ones.
This guy's just a freak.
This guy. No,
Freaky.
guys. You guys are not giving enough credit. All right, he has to deal with Annabelle in real life. All right, so obviously he has to
God.
take care of it, but with his own by himself.
Yeah, just cut him some slack. No big deal.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
that was
you know.
me, not even half the shelf would be clean.
It's like Chucky or something. Imagine. A piece of our town's tradition and history died today. Rip Firehorn, I will miss you.
Why?
It was disturbing an autistic child.
Listen, I don't have an autistic child, but she is sensitive to other things. I do not expect any town/person to accommodate her fears. As parents, that is what we do. We accommodate our own children. I don't expect the world/town/street to accommodate my child. Where does this world come to? When did we get so soft? So we have to bend the rules/traditions to one child.
What next? They can't use the sirens to respond to a call? Do forget to stop fireworks too. This is stupid.
You know, I post these meetings with the agendas and Zoom links, yet nobody pays attention.
To the hole going down the main road towards Amherst Street from Milford that rode my then cut me off and sped up in front of me doing 60 and a 40, also in a no passing lane, then continuing to cut others off and almost drove someone else off the road. You're a bag that contributes to these horrible accidents. I had my 2-year-old in the car and I'm pregnant.
911. I think it still works, and a plate and number would be most helpful, even if they're long gone. Make the call.
Yeah, posting will teach him a lesson.
Amazes me. People hear about this. What was going through your mind when this happened? Was it, I can't wait to post this on Facebook? Meanwhile, driver keeps driving. Hope he doesn't cause an accident. I so wish there was someone we could call when we see this kind of reckless driving.
You're the most negative person, Facepalm. She was making a statement about a reckless driver in our town on our town's residence page, lol. Glad you and your babies are okay.
But let me get this straight. Your contribution to this conversation is to about people. Good one. Maybe sit the next couple plays out, champ. Just looking dumb at this point.
Thank you all for watching. This is a little taste of Milford for you. Truly the Grant Gem of New Hampshire.